Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining Create with Dee. I'm Dee Slater, and welcome to part 4 of my 8-part Christmas in July party series. This video series is to celebrate things that are part of the online exclusives and Stampin' Up! This month. It features the Truckload, oh my goodness, Trucking Along. I always want to call it Truckload. Trucking Along bundle, the One Horse Open Sleigh designer paper, and the adhesive backed snowflakes. So if you got this kit to go, this is your video tutorial that goes along with the PDF. And if you're here just enjoying the projects, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let me turn the camera around and we'll get started on this project. As always, as you come on, if you'd like to say hi, leave a comment. If you're watching live, as I'm here on Friday doing a couple of these videos, that would be great. And if you like the project at the end of any components of it, I'd really appreciate that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, so today's, or this project, project 4 of our 8-part series, is a pull-out card, fun fold card. So it's, it really highlights any designer paper that you want to have that coordinates. And this place right here, this is where you could put another white panel and do some handwriting on that. But this really just embraces this beautiful scenery of One Horse Open Sleigh. All right, let me share with you the measurements on here. And this is what this page looks like if you got the PDF or the class. It's this one here. All right, so the components of this is start out with a piece of real red cardstock. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4. That's going to be our base. A piece of basic white cardstock, and this is cut at 4 by 10 3/4. And ahead of time, I've gone ahead and scored it at this is scored out 1 1/4, at 4 6 3/4. Let me just bring in the paper here so that you can see that in case you want to screenshot it. So here's the measurements: 1 1/4, 4 6 3/4. And then we're going to need some designer paper to put in there. We're going to need 2 pieces of the designer paper. This is cut at 1 by 3 3/4, 1 by 3 3/4. 2 panels that are cut at, double check here, 2.5 by 3 3/4. And then the inside panel of 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I wanted to kind of show like how I got this. If you want to follow along with class, or you want to have this exact same image on the inside of yours. So this was the 6 by 6, how it started. Whoops, that's not that one. So let me just kind of put my puzzle pieces back here together a little bit. Whoops, that's not it. There we go. So what I did first is I cut it at the 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 to get that section. And then from this panel, I cut that down to 3 3/4 and then had this in a little extra left over. So it had just a little smidgen taken off, but then that way that gives you a couple of other little nice panels here to do other stamping with. So I just thought I'd let you see how I cut that paper apart for that. Again, the first cut was 3 3/4 this way, and then 3 3/4 to get that. So just in case. And then these 2 panels we'll use for our 1 inch. All right. And then these are just from another paper. I wanted the same 2 panels. So I just used the same designer paper selection on that one from the One Horse Open Sleigh. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put our card base together. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little fan folding here. I'm going to just line that up just a little better. There we go. So it's just kind of back and forth. And we want to have the 1 inch side here is going to lead us off. And it's okay to go ahead and just, oh, that one's pretty rough right there. We're going to, I need to change out my blade. You can see where that paper was a little rough on that one. We're going to just center that right onto the Real Red. So we'll get out our liquid glue, or you could use your adhesive of choice for that. Oops, got to get started here. There we go. And we'll get that put down. So we'll get that right in the center. And now we can put our panels on. So again, we need 2 panels that are 1 by 3 3/4. Put that down. And open that up. We'll decorate the inside with panels, the designer paper panels as well. So the little red one doesn't have any orientation, so I don't have to be real careful of how that goes down. Same thing with our pool party side that we're going to have facing up. Put that on the inside. And then you can keep opening that up. So this makes it, we've been having some storms here where I live in Northeast Indiana. They've been popping up late afternoon. So I'm trying to get my videos done before those storms come in, because it always seems like they want to come right when I'm doing my videos here. It's just that kind of a summer. All right, so here's our beautiful scenery that's going to be the main focal point when they open up the inside. And we'll put that down. Okay. And that's it for the, for making the card base on it. So pretty. All right, let's do some stamping. I'm going to be using the Trekking Along stamp set and punch on that. That's available on Stampin' Up's website under the online exclusives. It was newly launched here this month. And I'll put that down. So I've got the truck outline image. And then this time we're going to have our truck in a pool party. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this and get that lined up and stamp. And then I'm doing the pecan pie for the wheels. And we'll get those and get that lined up. Hopefully my head's not in the road. Got that. And if you have the punch, you can punch it out. Otherwise, you can take your paper snips and go around and trim it out. Go ahead and get that. Oops. I've used this scrap paper for a little bit. It's getting a little jagged edge. I guess I keep doing the same thing. Let me grab my scissors and get that snag off of it. There we go. Now it's got a nice smooth edge to do that with. And we'll get that lined up. And get that punch. And I have 2 pieces that I die cut ahead of time out of Basic White from the Nested Essentials. I love this die. I love that die so much. Love it, love it. It's just got some different shapes, and I love the fact that you can use some of these vertical shapes that are skinny and a little different. I love those. And then I have a 1 3/4 inch circle that I just punched out of Real Red. And let's see here. Because this, I wanted to introduce some more holiday sentiments in class. You could keep using the Wishing You a Festive Christmas, Special Delivery, and Farm class. We were making 8 projects. So I did let them know that they might want to grab another holiday stamp set. And Brightest Glow is a great stamp set that has a whole lot of the winter holiday greetings. And so I'm introducing some of these images in there. Again, you could do the Wishing You a Festive Christmas if you'd like, or if you have other stamps, that might, that's an alternative idea as well. All right, so I'm going to get our Real Red ink, and I have Happy Holidays out of the Brightest Glow stamp set. And we'll ink that up, and that just goes right in the center of the label. Happy Holidays. Alrighty. What I find that I like to do first is I'll bring the sample back in. Can you see how like the label behind it is hidden? What I like to do is put the top one on first and then put the one on the inside. You could do the same thing backwards, but if you put one on and then the other, I'll show you the trick on how to do that, or how it can layer perfectly. All right, so again, I'm just using liquid glue on the one that we did not stamp. And I'm putting glue on the left-hand side of our label. And that pretty much just gets centered. And see like where this is at, like try to think of this as our center. So that's what I'm doing. So it's like the label's centered when this is closed. Whoops, that's straightened up. Alrighty. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I could tell that was leaning down just a smidgen. Okay. And so after you have your stamped image, what we want to do is open it up. And that's got a little tackiness on here. I've got an adhesive. This is called a mono eraser. And if you ever get some glue where you don't want, you can kind of use that to kind of get that off. You could also use your embossing folder as well, and that kind of takes the tackiness off. All right, so here's my Happy Holidays. I'm going to turn it upside down and line it up. And I'm going to put, let's see here. I want to make sure that, I don't put adhesive more than just a little bit over halfway, because it will overhang just a little bit here. So don't put adhesive all the way on it. Line up your label. And now close this. Whoops, I think it moved just a little bit. Get that lined up again. And close. And now when you open that up, now it lines up perfectly. Hooray. And if you want, once you get the paper on, sometimes the designer paper, you might really need to get in there again and kind of really hit those folds on it just a little bit. All right, so now with the truck image that we stamped, we're going to get some dimensionals. And I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the middle of the truck. You could probably get away with just 1. Put 2 on. And then I'm going to put 2 on the back of our circle. And we'll do that. Whoops. Yes, and then we can go we want to go left to right on that, kind of follow the truck line. And then we'll close that, put that right in the center of the label. And if we want to get some Wink of Stella, get a little sparkle on our truck, we can do that. And then the last thing that we want to do is we can get our adhesive backed snowflakes and add some to our project here. So we can put one up here, one down here. You can just go crazy with them. I've kind of got, I'm trying not to open up a second pack of them. So, you know, however you might want to use yours, you can. Wait till I get all of my projects here today finished. But anyways, here's this. So we've got the truck, happy holidays. And again, you can put a little other piece of basic white cardstock there to do any writing. All right, so that's another one of our projects. So I'll turn the camera back around. So that's our project 4 of our Christmas in July party that we're doing here this weekend. So stay tuned and there'll be more projects coming later on this weekend. Have a great day, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.